There we are. Hi, everybody. Happy new moon in Taurus. How's it feeling? So happy that you're here. Are we live on Instagram too? Are we good? We're almost there. So, yeah. So, welcome in to one of my favorite new moons of the year. As you know, I'm pretty shameless about the fact that the new moon is my favorite phase.
Hi, everyone.
This is one of my favorite phases.
Aw, thank you.
It's bringing us something we'll talk about in a little while. So welcome in. This is a new moon with no eclipse shenanigans, and Mercury is out of the microwave. So we're still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, and it's good to know we have new folks. So if you're new, welcome in. So happy that you're here. If you're well aged, we're also really happy to have you here too. So hello to everybody across all of our platforms, and I hope you're having a great day so far. So if you're like, what am I doing here? What is this lady talking about? The new moon is the phase of the moon when it is at its darkest. And I was reading this morning, a lot of you may know this already. This is one of the darkest new moons of the year, which is really interesting. Like there is less lunar light tonight than there has been or will be for quite an extended period of time. I don't remember how many months it said, but it's I think it's at least over a year. So the less light we have, the more intense the darkness. Oh, boo-hoo. Okay, well. So it is the perfect time tonight to make wishes. And one of my favorite astrologers and a friend of Tara, who is our in-house resident astrologer here at Sage Goddess, his name is Colin Bedell. He is Queer Cosmos on Instagram. You must follow him. He's going to be our special guest here at Sage Goddess. We do live guest speaker series with our Living Magic program. He's going to be here with us in a couple of months. He, this morning, I think, put it best. So, Colin, this is hats off and cheers to you. He said, this is the new moon to fantasize about, to think about how you want to get laid and get paid. And I was listening to him and I'm like, you know what, Colin? That is the Taurus new moon. How do I want to get laid and how do I want to get paid? Now you might say, maybe you don't want to get laid. That's okay. That's your business. A lot of us are interested in both of those things. So, but what does that mean in less specific terms? The Taurus new moon is all about sensuality, abundance, and beauty, and creating beauty in your space and in your life and expanding those energies and those frequencies. So yeah, if you are here for passion, if you are here for sensuality, if you are here for wealth, for goodness sake, this is the right place to be and it's the right night. So if you stumbled upon this by accident for some reason, I think the universe wants you to experience greater blessings. Now, the first new moon I ever did ceremony for, I believe I was 17 for my first new moon, and it was a new moon in Taurus. And I remember my teacher at the time, I call the place that I originally studied when I was a teenager, I call it Hogwarts, because our teacher literally had us take a blank calendar every month, and we had to write the moon phases and the glyphs of the signs and the time that the moon moved phases or went void of course, and we were graded. And you didn't pass unless your moon chart for the month was accurate to the minute. And so she was very strict. I mean, looking back, it was great training. And I still have my notes from those classes, and it still was a profound learning experience for me. So I'm old school, having had that kind of training. Now, keep in mind, I'm 49, so this was over 30 years ago. But I still believe that it's really important to know the phases of the moon, what they mean, what sign they're in, and how that also relates to your personal astrological profile. I don't have much in Taurus in my chart, but my chart is ruled by Venus because I'm Libra rising, and we're going to talk about that actually next month in Living Astrology, and Tara's here, so she will tell you that's what we're focusing on, is who rules your chart and what does that mean. So my chart is ruled by Venus. I'm very Sensuality in my life is very important to me. I like soft things and texture and candlelight. I like food, that tastes good but also is fun to eat. I like being outdoors, and I like feeling wind and rain, and I also like feeling sun and warmth. Like, I'm a very sensual, textural person. Not everybody's like that, but those of us who are sort of oriented this way, this new moon is for you. So tonight is you deciding, what do you want? And I want you to imagine tonight, even if you have nothing in Taurus, it doesn't matter. The moon is in Taurus tonight, and you get to enjoy it. And I want you to soak it up like you gotta drinking through a straw, honey. Drink through a hose, for goodness sake. Our tools for tonight are our money moon candle, which we are going to dedicate tonight to your abundance. And then I'm going to tell you, you should light this candle every night. Make it a new ritual, because we're going to activate this candle tonight, and then I would start tonight, and then tomorrow night I would light it for a few minutes, and I'm going to teach you what to do when you do this daily ritual. This is going to be profound for you. This is going to shift everything for you, because the key to manifesting, which is what we're talking about tonight with the new moon, the key to manifesting is consistency, focus, and desire. So let's say tonight you get really excited and you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this and I'm here with Sage Goddess. And then tomorrow you're like, well, I don't really know if I can attract a new partner, or I don't really know if I can make more money. As soon as you lose focus and you let that energy get diffused, you lose your juice, you lose the manifestation. So the secret is, I like to call it pumping into the system. You pump into the system every day. Every day you go, no, this is what I'm calling in. I'm manifesting this kind of love, this kind of sex, this kind of passion, this kind of abundance, this kind of wealth, this kind of sensuality, this kind of home, because Taurus also rules the home, comfort, luxury. I'm manifesting this kind of travel. I'm manifesting this kind of even clothing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very specific about the type of clothing I like to wear. I like it to be sensual. I like it to be comfortable, right? But I like texture. Again, you can see even in what I wear and my jewelry, like, I'm very intentional about all of that. So I play a Taurus on TV. I'm a Leo. But anyway, every single day you have to juice your desire, okay? If you have another candle that you're working with tonight, it's not going to be poured with the same oils and the same intention as ours in-house. I don't think we have any more of these at the website. They'll let you know. But maybe grab a candle that you have and let's dedicate it tonight to your juice. You ready? And by the way, because we have no eclipse activity, make some new moon water tonight. Get a pitcher, pour some good quality water in there, put a piece of quartz in there, leave it out overnight, or just for a few hours under this dark new moon sky. And then make your tea tomorrow morning while you're still in this Taurus phase, and just, have your mantra or write in your journal and read everything again tomorrow morning. The more you say it, the secret to manifestation, while I smudge and clear the energy, I'm a pretty good manifester. I am. I have an uncanny ability to create what I desire. But I'm not any smarter or better at it than you are. I just have learned a few things over the years from some really profound teachers, okay? It isn't about what you think, it's about what you feel. We don't think our way to manifestation. We feel our way into manifestation. So you can sit and go, money, 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 and visualize dollar bills and stuff is not going to happen. The secret is you have to feel what it would be like to have more money. You have to feel what it would be like to have an attentive partner who just is so into you in every way. Sexy, right? You have to feel what it would be like to live in a place where you look around and everything is beautiful to you. You have to feel, like, what would that be like? And so many people say to me, well, I don't know. And, I'm not good at pretending, and I don't have it right now, and it's never going to happen for me. And then I say, well, we're not playing the same game. You need to get out of your head and stop going, I want, I wish, and get into your body and go. If I was going home tonight to a partner who just could not wait to get their hands on me, what would that be like? if I was going home tonight to a home that was just like luxurious in every way, if I was going home tonight to a meal where I was going to eat it with my hands and it was just really sensual, if I was going to work tomorrow at a job that I just loved and all I had to do was things I love to do, and abundance was just flowing to me because I'm just in my power. Woof. And you have to be able to feel that. Like, how would your body feel? How would your shoulders feel? Right? How would your heart feel? And then you get this little sense of like excitement, like, ooh, gosh, that would be really awesome. And yes, you can look around your life and go, well, that's not what's happening. But you have to be able to feel it before you have it. That's the secret to it all. And then tomorrow you have to do the same thing. And then before you go to bed, here's the other secret I'm going to teach you tonight because it's a money moon and I want you to practice. Before you go to bed, there's a few minutes between when you are sleepy and when you actually fall asleep. You know those few minutes? Are you lucid enough to notice those minutes? It's that little tiny bit of space when like you're about to fall asleep but you're not quite there yet. That little sacred pocket of time is when you are in something called theta state. You're not in beta state, which you're in right now because you're listening and you're focusing. And you're not in alpha state because it's not really a meditation. You're almost asleep. Almost there. You need to grab those 2 minutes when you know it's happening and you need to just go, okay, how does it feel? I'm doing what I love. I have what I love. I am sleeping next to what I love. I surrounded by this love. I'm dressed in this love. Oh, it's so good. It's so juicy. It's so yummy. And then let yourself fall asleep like that. First of all, you're going to have amazing dreams. Second of all, you're going to start manifesting like you never have before. And then if you're with a young child, could you just put their earmuffs on real quick? Okay. Just earmuffs for, young people. Auntie Athena doesn't like to, I like to make this a family-friendly affair, but I do need to say one thing that isn't family-friendly. So earmuffs, orgasm. And I this is the hardest advice I will give you, but when you orgasm, you're in theta state. And if you can actually use that exact moment when you're having your orgasm to focus on what you want to create or build or experience, that's the juice. So if you can use your 2 minutes before you fall asleep and your O time. Now, some of you will say, well, I don't want to focus on that when I'm in that moment. I want to focus on, I'll lose my groove. All I'm going to say is try. You can take the earmuffs off them now. But it's a very powerful manifestation technique that a lot of us use. Some of us have O time just for that. I mean, O time is fun too for other reasons, but O time is your very special manifestation time. Okay, all done with grown-up talk. So welcome to the new moon in Taurus, which also Taurus is a fixed earth sign, of course, and it also governs the body and sensuality and passion and desire in O time. And it really works. So those are all my secrets. I spilled all my secrets tonight. Now you have them. You got to feel it. You got to use your O time. You got to use theta state. And you're going to start to see some major changes happening in your life. Are you ready? All right. So we are making a honey jar tonight. And I want to explain why. Your if you have your tools, and again, if you don't have your tools, it's okay. You can use a little jar. You probably have honey in your house, and you probably have a little jar, don't you? I mean, come on, you don't have honey. If you don't have honey, don't you have agave? If you don't have agave, do you have sugar? Because you could put water in here and add sugar. You have no excuse not to do our ritual tonight. Okay. I seriously just told you every secret to manifestation. People will go, oh, law of attraction. What I just taught you is the law of attraction, like in practical terms. Like that's how you actually live the law of attraction. The law of attraction is like theory. This is how you actually do it, okay? And by the way, if it didn't work, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. Everything I've manifested in my life has come through those through those practices. So if I can do it, you can do it. Do it to it. So if you don't have honey, use agave, or if you're a vegan, use agave. If you don't have honey or agave, go get some water and a little bit of sugar. Monk fruit syrup is absolutely fine. I'll tell you why all of those alternatives work. We're just trying to sweeten our blessings, okay? So get a bottle, get some water, get some sugar, get your stuff together. We're going to do this thing together tonight. If you got the tools, you got this cute little moon bottle, which I'm just obsessed with. And I'm going to tell you what we're doing tonight is a living ritual. This isn't a jar that you do tonight and you never touch again. So good to see you guys. You can keep adding your intentions to this, and I'm going to teach you how. I still add my desires to my honey jars years later, and they still come to pass. If you're trying to buy a house, you can write the address of the house on a little piece of paper and put it in your honey jar. If you're trying to attract a partner, you can take a little piece of paper and write all the properties of the partner that you're trying to attract and fold it up and put it in your honey jar, and those energies will manifest in your life, right? Corn syrup is fine. I'm telling you, go to your kitchen, find something sweet and get it together. Just don't use artificial sweeteners. It needs to be something natural. But corn syrup is totally fine. Yep. I don't know about Splenda. I haven't tried it, but you know what? Give it a go. It's really about your intention, right? And it just needs to be sweet. But I would try to do something natural. So you probably have corn syrup, molasses. Dig deep in your cabinet, honey. Somebody's got molasses in your house. You have any questions? And then if you got the tools, you also got 5 little magnetites, which magnetize energy to you. We're going to make 5 wishes tonight as we place our magnetites into our honey jar. And then you have your opulence perfume, which we're going to anoint with in just a second. And then we're also going to do a little energy work tonight with your Mukai wand. You got a huge set of tools this month. And the art behind me, which I normally would lay out like an altar cloth, but then you can't see it. That is actually, I'm having my friend make that into a pillow because I love the Empress art, which the Empress is very much about Taurus energy, right? It's beauty, it's magnetizing. She's not hustling. She's not trying to grab things. She's sitting back and going, I'm going to wait till what I want lands in my lap, right? So I'm having that made into a pillow, which is, it's a 24 by 24 cloth. So you can just buy a pillow insert on Amazon and sew another piece of fabric around it. And you've got a beautiful pillow too in your home. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so use your imagination, get your water or your whatever you're doing, get it together while I talk to you about everything that we're doing this evening. And then of course I'm going to drum. So tonight, instead of writing our intentions, what we're doing is we're infusing our intentions into our magnetites, which is kind of fun. You can write your intentions down, and we do give you worksheets. These are free at sagegoddess.com where I live. And so you can for sure write your intentions down too. And I do think that writing down is magic. You know, the idea of a spell in the Wiccan practice comes from the word spelling, which is about writing. You know, when you write something down, it happens. And your handwriting, nobody in the world has your exact handwriting. They never will. Your handwriting is your own personal frequency. So there is something really magical about handwriting your intentions. Yes, you can type them, but it's not as magical as writing. Okay? So, and if you don't have magnetite, what I will tell you is use quartz. Just use quartz. Quartz can be programmed. Quartz can work like any other crystal. And you can just set the intention that your quartz is going to work just like magnetite. It's going to draw energy to you. So if you don't have magnetite, don't freak out. I'm giving you all the adaptations tonight, okay? Now, so let's begin. Whew, we have a lot of work to do tonight, and I hope you're excited. So we talked about what this new moon is all about, and the new moon is the most powerful time each month to envision a new reality. The most important thing you can do tonight, and yeah, you can add coins to the jar, you can add anything you want. I mean, you can take this and really make it your own. There's herbs for attraction too that you could add if you want to layer it and layer it and layer it. The most important thing we need to do tonight first, before we get into our crafting, is we have to release, okay? And there's so many different ways to release. We're going to do that with our Vogel, because a Vogel, which is what came with your tools, is a double terminated wand where one side is wider than the other. So this is the feminine end, it's wider, and this is the masculine end, which is more narrow. So what you do is you go into your energy field with the feminine end and gather. Feminine gathers, masculine releases, right? So we're going to go into our energy field tonight and gather, and then we're going to release And I like to release to my table. You want to release to an element. So earth, air, fire, or water. You can also light your candle, which I think is actually a beautiful way for us to begin. So let's go ahead and light our candle just so it is illuminated for the space. And we'll call in the element of fire. We'll open our circle in just a minute. So as we light our candle, it's a great way to begin our ceremonial space. Fire is the great purifier of the elemental world. It burns clean. It leaves nothing in its path. And it's my primary element as a double fire sign. So fire is my home element. So as we light our candle tonight, we begin our ceremony by first giving thanks for everything that we have, the people, the experiences, even if they're not what you want right now. It's really important to be grateful for what is. And so I want you to take a moment as you light this candle, and I want you to say, I am grateful for everything in my life as it is today. I am grateful for everything in my life as it is today. Most of the things we have in our lives at one time were the things we wanted. We may not want them anymore, but we did want them at some point. And so it's really powerful just to say, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for even the challenges. I'm thankful for the limitations. I'm thankful. Everything that is in my life right now got me to where I am in this moment. And I dedicate this candle now to the new visions, the new dreams, the new creations, the new possibilities that are in front of me going forward. So every time I light this candle, and this is your commitment, you got to make this commitment with me if you want to do it the way I do it. Every time I light this candle, I am going to hold the vision of what I intend tonight. I'm not going to be in doubt. I'm not going to be in fear. If I feel those things, I'm not going to light this candle. I'm going to wait until I'm in that place of like, okay, I trust it. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling open. Then you light this candle. And as soon as your thoughts stray or go in a different direction or you start going down a rabbit hole, extinguish the candle. This candle becomes your commitment. Okay? Does that make sense? So while we have our candle lit tonight, I want you to commit to me and to this process that you are going to hold the highest possible vibration, meaning no worries, no fears, no anxiety, no stress. Just give all of that to me and let me put it outside the door for the next 35 minutes, okay? And while we're together, while we have this candle lit, we're going to hold that space. And I want you to gaze at that flame and imagine that anything in you that's resistant to this process, okay, anything in you that is, again, in that place of fear or anxiety or I don't know, it's not really going to happen, it never happens for me, I want you to imagine placing all of those energies into that flame and that flame just transmuting it and releasing it like smoke. Let that flame purify you tonight. And that is how this candle will start to become, or the candle that you've chosen will start to become your guiding light. And if you have this candle, it's going to last you a long time. Even if you burn it every day, this could last you a year. If you only do a few minutes a day, which is all the time I have. I'm a working mom, right? So I have 5 minutes a day to really focus on my intentions. Maybe 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. I like to do it before I go to bed. Because I'm usually in a pretty good space before bed. It's like, yeah, you know what? I can just be here now. You ready? So I commit with this candle to holding the highest possible vibration for all things associated with the Taurus new moon, which is abundance, passion, desire, sensuality, comfort, excitement, embodiment. Amen, aho, and so it is. So we're going to leave this candle lit. And I'm going to open our circle. And so I just want you to roll your shoulders back, but straighten your posture so your central channel is nice and open. And you know what? It's okay if you're new, and it's okay if you have work to do, and it's okay if you're not like fully in that zone yet. You know what I mean? Maybe you're still in a place of hesitation or anxiety. It's okay. Everybody has to start somewhere. And you can start tonight. And it's powerful. Your life will change, I promise you. As you think, so you become. And a lot of us think very negatively. So it's really about your mindset. Your entire life is about your mindset. Do you know a lot of people who are really successful and are just really negative? Because I don't. Most people I know who are successful are fairly focused on creating what they want to have, right? So I'm going to call in just real quickly because we have so much work to do tonight. Just a quick circle opening tonight. I just want to call in the guides and the guardians of the East to come in and bless our circle with clarity. You know, the East, we have the high-flying birds. We have eagle and we have hawk, and they bring us perspective, right? They show us what needs to be seen. They create pockets and new doorways and opportunities. They open doors in the East, so we're ready for new beginnings, new possibilities to emerge. And we welcome them in. We're going to welcome in the guides and the guardians of the South to open up that fire gateway, right? To burn through any of our old limiting beliefs and our fears and everything that's holding us back, right? So we welcome in the guides and the guardians of the South for transformation. We're going to welcome in the guides and the guardians of the West who come in with water element energy to cleanse and purify and consecrate. In the West, we also call in energies of abundance because that's the direction of body and manifest and bring these visions into reality. We welcome them in. And then I'm going to call in, of course, all the guides and the guardians of the spirit world, the spirit element. So all of our angels and archangels, our spirit guides, ascended masters, and light beings from all dimensions to surround us this evening too, right? So thanking the guides and the guardians of the element of spirit, because the element of spirit is the animator. It comes in and it puts the other elements together and makes magic that we can't explain. And so, with that, our circle is open. Yeah, somebody said it froze, but it looks like it's okay. I didn't see a hiccup, but I'm glad we're okay. And we're still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, so mind your P's and Q's, Mercury. But amen, aho, and so it is. So glad you're here. All right, so now that our circle is open, and if we froze, don't worry. I did call in all of our friends from the 4 directions plus magic. They're all here. Now that our circle is open, we can do our work. So what I want you to do is, and you can do this with your breath or with your hands, but we're going to use our Vogel that came with the tools. This is Magnetite jasper, by the way, which is one of the stones of Taurus. It represents unconditional love and eternal youth and beauty, which we love. But it is a microcrystalline form of quartz. Jasper and agate always have quartz in them, so we can use this almost like a quartz wand, okay? And so tonight what we're going to do is we're going to go into, remember your energy field is at your arm's length. So it's about 2 feet. When people say stay at arm's length, they're trying to get you out of their energy field. So your energy field is that much. That's your personal space. Any work you do magically in arm's length is in your energy field, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our energy field tonight, again with the feminine end, and we're going to gather anything that's holding us back, and we're going to release it to the table or to your flame. You can also release to fire. Anything, or to smoke if you want to burn some herbs. We're going to release that energy. Because the new moon is for 2 things, releasing and setting intentions. We got to release first so that the slate is clear, and then we can start to call in what it is we want to build, create, and experience, okay? Take a breath there. It's a good place to just, let's release. What do you need to release tonight that's holding you back, as Colin would say, from how you want to get laid and how you want to get paid? What do you need to release tonight that's holding you back from passion and prosperity? It could be you. It could be your mindset. It could be your own energy. It could be your negativity. right? And again, we're gathering with the wider end and releasing with the more narrow end. Could be fear, it could be anxiety, it could be the unknown, it could be your lack of faith, right? What is it that you need to let go of tonight that's keeping you from love, from connection, from sensuality, from passion, from abundance, from flow, from everything that Taurus represents, beauty and comfort and expansion, right? You ready? So I want you to focus, and we're going to do 3 rounds of releasing. So I want you to choose 3, your top 3 things that you need to let go of tonight. And then we're going to release those together. So I'm going to focus on mine for just a second. I always do these rituals with you. Oof, mine came pretty quickly. Did yours come pretty quickly? Like what you need to do? At first I was like, oh, this is going to be, I'm going to have to really like alphabetize my my list. And I'm like, well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. So let's go in. Me too, Michelle Hilbert. Let's go in with round 1. Rebecca's ready. So we go in, again, as long as it's within your arm's length, it's in your field. Let's go in with round 1. Pick up the energy around that thing. Imagine really scooping in and getting that fear and that whatever it is, resentment and control and all those shitty things, right? You're going to go in and gather it all up. And then inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to let it go. Or let it go. Or burn something and put it in the smoke. Or if you have water nearby, you can release to water. It's better if it's flowing water. Maybe you're outside. You feel it? You got to commit tonight. This is commitment time. Taurus does commitment real good. So you're saying bye to that energy. Now, you ready with number 2? Let's go in and get it. If you're within arm's length, you're in your field. So let's go in and get the energy of number 2 release. And out. I don't know why I'm doing a double releasing tonight, but it's big energies, right? Bye-bye. Thing I don't need, number 2. And now let's do number 3. You ready? You can use your breath actually, because it is air. So many ways to do magic, right? And the best magic is very simple. Beautiful. Amen, aho, and so it is. Now, we're going to anoint with our perfume. This one has, the reason this perfume is important, it has mint and basil, which are really good for wealth and abundance, and you can smell it. It's mint forward, it's basil forward. It's got bay leaf in here. These are all pure essential oils for manifestation. There's orange in here too, which is really good for success. Orange, all the citrus attracts success, but orange in particular. And then it has myrrh, which is really good for gratitude and also stabilizing your manifestations. So one of the things that's cool to do when you're doing abundance work is to actually anoint in the shape of an infinity symbol. On the left hand to receive infinity, on the right hand to send infinity, right? So that we're sending and receiving. You can also anoint your wand. You can open this up and pour a little bit into the candle, but the candle is poured with similar oils, so you're already burning and diffusing those anyway. And then what I like to do is take a little bit to my third eye for what I know, and then to bless my hands for what I do and my feet for where I go. Yeah, and you can use anything. Yeah, anything in the mint family. Lemon balm is in the mint family. My preference is I like a nice spearmint or nice peppermint, but whatever you got, use what you got. Yes. And take a nice deep inhale there too, because then your energy field starts to relax and starts to vibrate in alignment with those plants, right? This is a vibrational exercise too. So yeah, and I love basil. You should cook with basil. Basil brings good luck, good fortune. Always sprinkle basil on your food. Okay. Now that we've released, we can attract. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our jar, whatever vessel you're using. I'm going to teach you a fun tip for preparing your vessels for magical work, and it's very, very simple. I like to use 1 leaf of white sage. It's really however you want to do it. You can also do this with an incense stick. Do I have one here? I might. To show you. I do. Well, whoop-de-doo. So I'll show you both techniques. You can light your incense stick real quick, because you just want to prepare the jar. It's going to hold a lot of energy for you, and so it's nice just to, and then just to prepare, and then put the incense stick in the jar, and you can see it fills with smoke. It's actually like a magic trick. So that prepares the vessel. Oh, it smells really good. It smells really good. I'm going to lower the blinds so you can see me a little bit. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Sorry, I've got magic blinds, but I don't want to lower that one. Nope. There we go. That's much better. Okay, or you can use a white sage leaf. Just 1 little leaf of white sage. We always conserve our resources because it's such a sacred plant. You can take the leaf, put it inside the jar. It will do the same thing. And you can use other things for this too. A stick of Palo Santo that you light and put it inside will do the same thing. Hi, Willow. Good night, Willow. So many of you, your kids are like my nieces and nephews. And it's wonderful because I love that you bring them to ceremony, but then I tell you when to put earmuffs on when we talk about O times. Auntie Athena isn't here to do that level of education. But I love that our littles are here. And it's good to introduce your kids to ceremony and magic. I'll tell you something. I'm sure you agree or you wouldn't be here. What's life without ritual? What's life without magic? What's life without believing that you can create what you don't have today? I mean, if you really believed that where you are and who you are is all you'll ever be, and that there's no way to shift, change, or realign to something that's closer to what you love, I don't know. For me, faith and hope and optimism and magic are what keep me going. So I can't imagine life without ritual. And the next generation has to be taught, because they're on TikTok and they're on Instagram and they're watching reels and stuff, but they're not really practicing. They're more watching like for 30 seconds, 1 minute. They need to slow down, and they need to be shown, and they need to be taught. And it's wonderful to have, whether it's me or somebody else or you teaching them. I think it's a really beautiful and very critical, because you know what? That next generation is overthinking, they're depressed, and they're anxious. There's no better solution than teaching them ritual and teaching them magic and teaching them to slow down and about the beauty of process and that there's always hope, right? We need to help them, just like our mentors helped us, right? This is why I do free new moon and full moon ritual every month, and I have for 12 years. I'm committed to this because I think it changes the world. I really do. It's my gift. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add our honey or agave or monk fruit or sugar and water or whatever you're doing over there. I'm not watching you, but you're watching me. But whatever you have that's sweet, what we're going to do is we're going to add our honey to our jar. And as we pour, the pouring is very important, because remember, anything, even honey or water or agave, as it flows, it is creating flow for you. It's creating ease. I want you to imagine that everything you are trying to build tonight is in this little jar of honey or in that agave, and you are transferring it to the most sacred vessel because it's filled with your intention. Okay? So I want you to focus tonight on what you're really trying to create. And I want you to blow with your breath. Some people use their saliva. You can spit in there. I'm just going to use my breath. Blow with your breath into the bottle everything you want to create tonight. And you can do a bunch of breaths. I'm going to do probably 5 because we're setting 5 intentions tonight. So I want to create. Give it the full breath. And then what's the next thing you want to create? And then what's the next thing you want to create? And what's the next thing you want to create? Keep it in positive terms. So you're not going to say, I want to create not losing something. You want to say, I want to create building something. So keep it positive. One more time. Super good, right? It's your life force going in there, honey. Okay. Oh, thanks, you guys. Your comments are so sweet. And they really mean so much to me. I'm so grateful that we have our community. It's very, very sweet. It really is. We've been watching each other for a long time. So now I want you to start to add the honey. The honey or the agave or sugar is sweetening those desires. So I want you to imagine that what's flowing into that jar right now is just expansion. You know, Jupiter is transiting into Taurus now, right? Jupiter is that planet of expansion and possibility. Mercury is direct. The moon is new in Taurus. I mean, we've got some good luck vibes. So I want you to imagine just fusing your desires with all of that sweetness and that possibility. And take your time, like enjoy this part, right? This is what magic is all about. It really is what magic is all about. You'll never look at honey the same way. And you can use mantra too. I welcome wealth and ease. I enjoy comfort and flow. Money flows to me freely from all directions and all sources. I am full of passion and desire, and I experience passion and desire. You can just keep saying all the things. And then I am are the 2 most powerful words in the English language, or whatever language you speak. Yo soy, right? I am wealthy and wise and desired and desiring, and I am passionate and alive, and I am excited and open, and I am ready. I am abundant. I am expansive. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am sensual. I am creative. I am an artist. I am capable. I am strong. I am eating the honey. It's so good. This is really nice honey. I'm kind of picky about honey. It's really good. It's okay to lick the jar, right? I am, let's do this. What are you? I am worthy. I am deserving. I'm looking at you. I am enough. I am healthy. I am youthful. I am, right? I love it. Is it Quinita said, I am the bank. I am successful. I am overflowing, right? I am. So good. It's so good. And enjoy it when you eat it. Honey's a gift from the bees. And you know, the bees in ancient Greece were honored with their own priestesses called the Melissae, because meli means honey. So the Melissae, which is where the name Melissa comes from, they were the bee priestesses, and they were the priestesses of manifestation. So there is a long history of bees, honey, and manifestation all the way through to our ancient Greek ancestors. My dad would be very proud for me teaching you that tonight. I am loved. I am good. I am joyful. I am sexy. I am in absolute delight to be alive at this time. I am grateful. I am light. I am possibility. I am a vessel. I receive, I give. I allow, I open. I please and am pleased. So good. Now you can add other things. You can add essential oils to this. I'm keeping mine kind of pure tonight. When I get home, I probably will add probably some rose petals, dried roses, because that brings passion. I would probably add, I don't know, what else will I add? Maybe some lavender buds, because it brings peace. There are some really great attraction herbs. I'll probably add some dried cinquefoil, which is 5-finger grass, which brings abundance too. I love your I ams. They're so good tonight, you guys. Are you feeling it? Yeah, you could add cloves, and you could add cinnamon, which is cinnamon's so good for all of this. Cinnamon brings abundance, and it brings passion. You could add sugar, and every time you add a little sprinkle of sugar, you can just say, I am the sweetness, I am life, I am beauty, I am, right? It's just you're adding little layers of intoxication to your jar. Okay. Now if you start adding weird stuff, I would just say, don't eat this. You know what I mean? This isn't your honey for your tea. This isn't meant to be used as a condiment. This now has become a ritual container. Okay, so this is not what we go, oops, into my coffee tomorrow or my tea. Now, if you have your crystals, which I know you do, whatever you're using, like I said, we're using little magnetites, naturally octahedral stone magnetite. Magnetite literally magnetizes energy to you. The octahedral shape is 8-sided. Octo in Greek is 8. The number 8 is the number of infinity. So there's a lot of reasons why magnetite is such a powerful stone, and that's why we sent them to you. They're hard to find too. So I want you to make your 5 wishes. And I want you to add your 5 magnetites to your jar, one by one, with me. So I'm going to focus and I'm using my right hand to put them in because that's your projecting hand, right? Your left hand receives, that's your feminine receiving. Your right hand is your masculine projecting, so we're putting in with the masculine hand. So even if you're right hand or left-handed, you're going to still want to do this with your right hand. So I'm going to do my first wish with you. I'm doing it with you tonight. And then watch it drop. It's so fulfilling. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, and then wish number 2. Can you see it? And then wish number 3. And really give it a chance to land before you put the next one in. Be thoughtful. And even looking at how the 3 are sort of sitting next to each other, right? That one kind of sat on the other ones. No, now it's going to its own place. It's like, watch you sitting on something. You can use quartz if you don't have magnetite. That's going to be your best option because quartz is a magnifier too. And you can program it to behave as magnetite tonight. And then the last one, last wish tonight. Make it a good one. So good. So good. Again, it's kind of sitting on the other. Whoa, he's really sitting there. The wish I made kind of makes sense that it would sit on the other ones. You do you, man. It literally is just sitting on the other crystals. That's okay. Now, I'm going to lock up all my honey jars. Although, don't you worry about this going to waste. It will not. I will continue to eat that honey out of those jars. Okay, now we're going to seal the intention. Okay. So again, I use my breath. You can put a little saliva in there if you want. We're just going to seal the intentions. Whatever, it's your life force, no matter how you slice it, right? Okay. So we're going to sit your jar in your left hand, which is your receiving hand. We're going to surround it with our right hand, which is our projecting hand. And so, Great Spirit, God, Goddess, and Source of all that is, however you see your faith, I ask that the ancestors surround us tonight in this beautiful circle, that all of the angels and archangels who are working so hard overtime to bring us what we love and desire and need, I ask that you surround us in this moment too. I ask that you see these little wishes that we've made tonight, little and big, and that you gather energy from the four directions, from beneath us and above us. I ask that you create synchronicities for us, for all of us who are gathered here tonight and those who will watch later. I ask that you gather those synchronicities to help us believe in magic again if we've lost our faith or lost our way. I ask that you bless these little crystals that each of us has put into these little magic jars, that you expand the energy, and that you align it with the same frequency, so that those wishes and desires now go out into the world and manifest in physical form. They manifest in the form of people, in opportunities, in flow, in desire, in empowerment and health and strength, and all the different forms of abundance that you've called in. And I ask that these things come to pass for each of you and for me too, in perfect time and in absolute alignment with your reason for being here on this planet at this time. And I give thanks. I sit in gratitude with you and for you, for these blessings that are already on their way. They're already on their way. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. And one more breath. Of big gratitude. And we seal. Now, what you can do, let's say, because this happens to me all the time. Tomorrow morning I wake up and I go, well, you know what? I should have done this thing with my jar. That's okay. What you can do is take a little tiny piece of paper and write that, make it small. Do little tiny pieces of paper, like maybe the size of my pinky, okay? Write out the thing you forgot to do. You have 24 hours, really, that you're still in this window of manifestation with Taurus. Write out the thing you forgot, put it on a little piece of paper, fold it up, and put it in there. It will sink to the bottom, okay? If your jar isn't full like mine, I'm going to take mine home and just finish adding the rest of my honey tonight because I didn't have enough, which is totally fine. The key is make sure that anything you put in the jar, this is the old way, old ceremony. The old way is it has to be covered in the honey. You don't want stuff sticking up because then it's not covered in the sweetness, covered in the blessing. So make sure your jar is full and make sure you push whatever it is. Now, you don't have to write it down. You could add another crystal. You could put your blessing into a little tiny rosebud and put it in there, okay? It doesn't have to be, it can be whatever you want it to be, but make sure whatever it is goes all the way down and is covered in the blessing, okay? So our jars are complete. Wasn't that fun? So we have to drum. This is my big, beautiful new moon drum from my friend Velislav in Ukraine. I always buy drums from him. He's a generations old drum maker. It's in his family line, and he is Shaman Drum on Etsy. So I shamelessly promote him because nobody makes drums like Velislav. And sometimes he's watching. So Velislav, if you're there, we love you. Thank you for your magic. So with this new moon in Taurus, we give thanks. We start with gratitude. Gratitude begins the cycle of abundance. We give thanks for everything as it is today, even the challenges. If I hadn't had health challenges, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. That's a true story. Gratitude. And then we send blessings to what will be. Great Spirit, we have given you a lot of input tonight. How we wish things to be and unfold. And we release now to you the timing. We've asked you for things. We release how and when to you and your greater wisdom. And if you're in a state of loss, and if you're in a state of grief, we love you. This too shall pass. So work with this new moon energy to be in that state of both gratitude for what has been, and then trust in what can be and what will be. Stay in that space with me. We all understand. We've all been there. I see you. So on Angel's Wings, on Eagle's Wings tonight, we send these visions, these desires, these intentions. We ask that you take them from us, Great Spirit, and manifest them on our behalf, and we release them now. And we just say thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. And together we say, Amen. Aho. And so it is. Amen. Aho. On we go. To the angels we send all that we seek. And we know that nothing is impossible in this grand universe. And so we release our guides and guardians tonight. We thank and release them, guides and guardians beneath us and above us, element of spirit and the ancestors, and all of the angels and archangels and spirit guides who've been with us this evening. We release you with gratitude. We release the guides and the guardians of the north, thanking them for their steadiness and presence and grounding. We thank and release the guides and the guardians of the west for their flow and their ease and their abundance and their emotional healing and their nurturing and everything in the west. We thank and release the guides and guardians of the south for incredible energies of transformation and also courage, right? It takes a lot of courage to say what you want to this big universe and then sit in faith and trust that it's going to come to you, right? So we release the guides and the guardians of the south. And then we thank and release the guides and the guardians of the east for this new beginning, this new doorway, this new portal to what will be. Aho. And the last thing is we extinguish our candle. And remember, no lighting this candle unless you're in the mood. You start getting grumpy and frumpy, no candle. You gotta be in your zone. I believe it, I feel it, I can taste it, I know it's coming. You start doubting, you go. But for now, this candle is dedicated to your faith. And may it light the way to a new pathway for you that's full of everything you seek. Cheers to getting laid and getting paid. Thank you, Colin Bedell. I take no credit for that. Okay. So, next month, let me grab the tray of goodies for you. I'm actually just going to show you one. Is this the one that has our plate? Hold on. Next month, for the new moon in Gemini, we are doing, of course I grabbed the two that don't have our tray. Here it is. We are sending you a box. This box. Where the tray is separate. We're sending you a beautiful custom-made hand-painted box, and then we're sending you a shungite plate that fits exactly inside. Like this. Shungite is a purifier. And then you're getting a little pad of Post-it notes. And we are going to write every negative belief and limiting belief and everything that stands in the way of our manifestation down. And we're going to put them in the box. And so what you can do is keep this box, and whenever you have a belief that's keeping you from moving forward in your life, you put it in the box. Plus, you are getting all of your completer cards for your new moon deck.
I conveniently put that one on the top. My personal mission with these new moon cards is to put a cat in every single add-on.
There's always a cat. We're crazy cat ladies. And you're getting your candle and your perfume. So that is our ceremony for next month. If you get those tools before midnight tonight, you are automatically entering to win.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
This $1,000 monster natural citrine with white rutile, full of rainbows. Look at that. Can you see the rainbows? You know you can. Generator. So there's no code. There is a code for your discount, which is Emerald. You'll save 23% off of your Gemini tools. But there's no code for this. If you get your tools before midnight, you're automatically entered. And then the last thing I want to tell you is, and this is at sagegoddess.com, so if you're like, I don't even know where I am right now, how do I get these things? Sagegoddess.com, and Karen in the feed is putting the link.
Do you want me to get the
to
boxes out of your way? Or do you
I think no, it's all right, because I can pretty much easily show them. So the other thing I want to tell you is, on June 24th, I am leading an all-day workshop on how to find your angels. I'm teaching angel numbers, angel orders, and angel messages. It's $88 for the whole day, plus you get an entire oracle deck about angel orders, messages, and numbers. You get a workbook, and you get this little angel shimmer that we're going to do a little ritual and ceremony with. If you're in my online programs, you have a special code to take 22% off of the tools. If you're not, the regular price is $88. But that is still a steal and a deal, because most people do not do full day retreats for under $100, but we do around here. We like to keep things affordable. It is a full 8-hour day. I'm doing live readings. I'm teaching you how to find your life path, destiny, and angel number, your personal number. I'm teaching you about all the orders of angels, the seraphim, the nelaphim, the angels and archangels, what the angel numbers mean, how to find your particular angel and angel number. It's going to be a jam-packed day. And that's Saturday, June 24th. It's live on YouTube. It's also recorded, and we're taking notes for you. So sagegoddess.com/angels. See that URL at the bottom is where you go to register. And we are over halfway sold out, almost 2/3 of the way sold out. It is a limited retreat because we don't have enough tools. So once we do fill the retreat to capacity, we will close registration. Right now it's still open. The deck is beautiful. I just want to give a huge shout out to Team SG. We really did collaborate on the art and the messages on the cards and all parts of this incredible kit. So go get your New Moon and Gemini kit. Your code is Emerald for 23% off at sagegoddess.com. Go sign up for the Angel Orders, Numbers, Messages retreat called Find Your Angels at sagegoddess.com/angels.
Girl, your cheekbones are snatched. That's my first time using that, but did you use crystallize?
I did.
I knew it.
And guess who taught me how to do it?
But guess who made crystallize?
Okay, I made it. I did. I wanted this. I have this highlighter. I always put it in the corners of my eyes and on the bow of my lips. And so yesterday, or was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Yeah. I'm sitting next to her and I can't think straight because her highlighter just looks so good on her cheeks. And I'm like, what did you do? So she's like, I put crystallize on my cheeks. Mm-hmm. And you know when I did it today? In the car at a stoplight.
It's so easy. It looks very cute.
So anyway, if you want better highlighter, it's called Crystal Eyes at sagegoddess.com. We make our own makeup. Okay.
All you have on? I was noticing in the live, your like cheeks and stuff. I was like, Athena's skin looks amazing.
I used the word snatched in a sentence.
Yeah.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's crystallized. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she did it in a stoplight in Taurus.
Maybe it's crystal cheeks.
We're getting silly. Anyway, it is not any like special lighting or magic tricks. It's actually a liquid highlighter. But if you have crystallized, put it on your damn cheekbones. I'm almost 50. It keeps you young. Okay, where do you put your honey jar? If you have an altar, it should stay on your altar. And because honey is a natural preservative, it's never going to go bad. I have my original honey jars that I made 10, 15 years ago still sitting on my altar at home. And I keep adding stuff to it. I will charge a little rose with something and add it. I will add a little crystal to it. I know. You guys are here for the silly too. I know you are. I had to do the Maybelline song.
Maybe it's crystallized. I love it.
Maybe I learned it from Alexis. Anyway, we love you guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a fantastic weekend. So glad that you were here tonight. Happy new moon. Remember, you have 24 hours still to be in this yummy, juicy window. So don't let your thoughts go weird. If you start having negative thoughts, flip that script. Keep the vibration high and don't light your candle unless you're in the zone. Those are the rules of the road for manifestation. And we'll see